This is the Riot Squadcast, a supporter-driven show dedicated to LA Galaxy news, information, and opinions. Here's your hosts, Ed Rodriguez and Chris Zero Cool Tucker.
Welcome to the Riot Squadcast. We are brought to you live on Facebook.com/Riot Squadcast, Twitter.com/Riot Squadcast, and YouTube.com/Riot Squadcast. Taking over the world, baby.
All over the place.
All over the world, baby.
Well done. In the intro as well.
Hey, man.
That applause is actually for me.
Just get out of the way.
Yeah.
Wait, why? Oh, because you said it all up.
He asked me
All
to
right,
do it.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
I was actually being nice to Ben. You know, be like, all right, I guess I'll throw him a bone.
If anyone deserves it. I feel like
I feel like there's something there, but...
I listened to the show this last week. Hi, Chris and Ben and Ed and hey, ding, 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 ding. I listened to the last episode and I was like, my voice sounds so strange in contrast to yours because both of yours are so much high pitched than mine, and I'm like exhausted with a deep voice. I'm just like, hi, how's everybody doing? This is why you don't listen back. This is why you spin gold. You skeet into the universe and just leave it.
Just leave it.
Just throw it on your back and walk away.
I usually I'll listen to the first 5 minutes and I'm like, I can't do it anymore.
You're like, the audio works. I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, it sounds fine. I'm good.
Yeah.
And just get that extra little play. Get the numbers.
How are you doing this weekend?
Doing good, man.
Yeah?
Doing good.
You do well. Superman does good.
No, I do good.
Well, really? 'Cause
Well.
Turns out I'm actually Spider-Man. You didn't know that, did you?
Spider-Man. Hombre Araña.
There you go. Well done.
Yeah, my mother-in-law was watching not this recent one, the one before this new Spider-Man.
This is Far From Home, so it was Homecoming?
No, not this Spider-Man. Like
Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Those are terrible.
I didn't realize how bad Jamie Foxx looked in that movie.
Oh, the second one? It's
so bad.
Yeah. Jamie, he's got that sweet Shazam money. He's not worried about any of his how he appeals to us anymore.
I was like, with Shazam, but it's because I was thinking of the Shazam movie.
No, he's
hosting a game show called Beat Shazam.
This is what, because I'm not the biggest basketball guy in the world, but this Anthony Davis kid that's coming to LA, let's get him in a Shazam 2. Let's get Shaq back. Shaq and Anthony Davis. He's helping young Anthony Davis take the mantle of Steel 2 or Shazam 2. Let's just have Anthony Davis do all of Shaquille O'Neal's movies. That's what I want to see for 2020.
Here's the thing: is the girl still going to be in a wheelchair?
I don't know. Was there a girl in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
I don't remember the movie. Is that Shazam?
That's like his chick who builds him his shit.
Did he put her in the wheelchair?
No.
Because I assume, is it a white girl?
Yeah.
I assume if Shaq has sex with a white girl, he put her in a wheelchair. At least once.
Is this 2 weeks in a row we're talking about Shaq now?
Shaq's dick, 2 week running.
5 minutes into it, we're talking about
350. Skeeting into the universe and fucking Shaq's dong. Sorry, let's reset. How are you doing, Ed? How's the week going? How are you up? Are you ready? You high energy?
Man, good. So someone dumped a kitten in her backyard last week.
I fucking saw that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to tone the cursing down. I'm gonna work on that because I was listening back to the show. I swear a lot, and I swear in between. So I'll curse 3 or 4 times in a sentence where there's only 3 words that aren't curse words. So I'm gonna not all the way, but I'm trying to wheel it in a little bit. So I heard or I saw someone dumped a kitty in your lawn.
Yeah,
I don't have to go with
it was. So the reason why I tried to cut Tuesday's episode short was because Wednesday I had to do a double shift because we weren't going to work Thursday, which was the 4th of July. So I work a 15-hour shift, get home. My mother-in-law, I walk in the door, my mother-in-law has this kitten wrapped in a towel. And I'm like, all right, cool. This is the thing.
What's happening to my night now?
Yeah, I'm already my eyes are closed, half closed. I'm just drained. I'm done. The day's done.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're on day 5 of having this kitten, and he's pretty amazing.
You guys are keeping it.
Yeah, we're keeping it.
Is that a boy, a little girl?
Boy.
I saw the debate raging about what we were going to name it. Where'd you end up settling?
So yeah.
What were the options?
Well, I mean, it was never going to be a cat pun name, and especially not going to be a cat pun name.
It seemed like a cat pun name was in the running.
I was having fun with it.
So that wasn't it didn't have a legitimate shot.
I really wanted.
It's the better name.
Yeah, I really wanted Meowricio.
Meowricio.
Yeah, that was great.
What would you end up settling on?
Well, for some reason, Denise was like set on Tater Tot.
That's a horrible name.
It's terrible, so we didn't go with that.
So what'd you go with?
I think we just decided to name him like Rocket.
Meowricio's better.
Yeah, it's better. But his official like full name is Senor Rocket Tater Tot Rodriguez.
That is a drastically better name than all of the options that came before.
Yeah.
That's the title. That's the title for tonight. Well, right on, man. Like,
he's great. My dog's
getting along.
Yeah, she's doing great with him.
I was probably like 24 before I realized cats and dogs didn't like innately hate each other. Because cartoons led me to believe
that they all just
cats hate mice, dogs hate cats, abusive owners hate dogs.
And it's a circle of life.
That's inevitably the way it goes.
Yeah.
As you get older, you're like, oh man, fucking monkeys and tigers are friends, and dogs and cats, everybody's just having a good time.
I think that's always the surprise when you see like, oh, this mother tiger adopted a baby pig as its its own.
I'm always waiting for it to like rip it to pieces because I know the day's coming where it's like, I do love it, but I'm hungry, so I bit it in the throat, and now it doesn't breathe anymore. Like I always wait for that moment to happen, and it just
it's never gonna happen in those feel good videos.
One day, if you watch like those Planet Earth movies, it seems like it might happen at some point. Because if they're just filming, and I know they kind of stage it a little bit, but if they're just filming, at some point it's like, oh shit, oh
yeah, that's why I can't watch like nature documentaries with Denise.
Albert Guerrero, right?
Yeah,
says his buddy named his cat Manny Pacquiao. That is fucking genius.
Yeah,
that is next level genius. I was a kid. We had a neighbor with a dog named Diogi. And I was like, that's an amazing name. And it would be like, Dog, and the dog would fucking come running. It's like, you guys are lazy, creative sons of bitches.
I think I made up the name Jonah dos Gatos.
Jonah dos Gatos?
Yeah. But that would only be funny if there's actually two cats.
Thomas Phelps says one of his cats is named Mohamed Salah. He's a Liverpool fan.
I got that. I kind of got that.
You put that together?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But no, it was great interacting with people, trying to get like their cat pun names with Galaxy. And it was like, why don't you just name him Kevin Hartman? I'm like, because that's
not creative.
Yeah.
That name's been taken. You don't just name your pets after gods. It shouldn't go that way. It's Gato. That's nice. It's nice. Meowricio is really the direction.
That really was the win. And I was really trying to push for that. But it wasn't going to happen. But anyways.
Ibrahim Meowvich.
It's too much.
It's a stretch.
Because her mom has to kind of pronounce the name too.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Also, you need a name you can pronounce when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Because when you're trying to call this cat, it was like Ibrahim.
It already sounds like you're kind of drunk.
Yeah, it's a struggling name. You need something nice like I call my children. I call the eldest child, Jonas, my 14-year-old boy. I call him the boy.
Boy.
I call Sonia, his 12-year-old sister. I call affectionately. She's the girl. I call Damien. He's the little one. So it's between the boy or the big one, the one in the middle, and then the one who shits all over the place. Like those are my three. It's my three babies. Nice and easy. And if you're drunk, you can yell for them and be like, tell the boy to bring me some water, and then it's easy. Everybody knows the roles. Everybody knows the responsibilities. It's mostly what you're shooting for.
But how you been, man? You been good?
Yeah, I'm in my last week of my summer semester. I'm doing well. It's weird because like my teacher is. I'm sure if you're naturally a conservative person, if it's not clear, I'm a pretty liberal guy. If you're naturally a conservative person and you go to college campuses, at least from what I've heard and read, you get knocked over the head with liberal ideologies and teachers trying to turn you into a Democrat, left, right, and center and shit like that. But my teacher is like aggressively a Trump fan, and so she keeps finding ways to like sow positive messages about Donald Trump into different things that were going on. But every kid in my class just keeps going back. And I'm sure I'm the elder statesman in my class, but there's like 18 and 19-year-olds that are like, that didn't happen. That didn't take place. Like here's a link to the story about what actually took, like regularly checking this lady. And she just keeps coming back in and is like, well, I'm not so sure. And we're like, all right, because you run our grade. So we're not, nobody's gonna give you a hard time about it, but also fuck is wrong with you? Like,
yeah, no one's really gonna check her.
No one's giving her a hard time. I checked her on my last one, but nobody's giving her a hard time about it.
But you like checked her into like the boards like a hockey player.
Yeah, well, I got extra credit on it, so I mean, she's an older white lady. I'm assuming she likes it a little bit. but I got 1 week left and I got to get out. So I'm also at this point where all I have to do is, I just gotta get out. I got 6 days. I got to deal with this lady, and at the end of 6 days, like I can tear into her about being crazy or whatever. I just gotta get my grade and get out. And then I'm on the cusp of starting because I don't get to sleep or rest anymore.
It's never end. You're never ending.
Never ends. This will end. This summer semester will end next Wednesday, and then I have 3 weeks off, and then my fall semester starts, and I'm taking 5 classes in the fall because I'm basically just trying to get finished as quickly as I can. I'm trying to get my AS in 2 years, and I'm on pace for that right now. So it's a lot of work and it's a lot of grind, but we're getting closer to paying off. So it's working out.
Every day is closer to payoff, man.
Every homework assignment that gets turned in, every grade, I do every extra credit. I had a good friend of mine tell me, like, as long as you try to get an A in every class, you'll always pass it. So I genuinely work to try to get an A in every single class, and I have a B+ in the summer class, in a 5-week summer class. So you just got to grind, man. Just keep on rolling.
That's advice to all the kids listening tonight.
Nobody. It's the best advice that's ever been given to me is nobody cares. You need to work harder. Like work harder, work harder, work harder. One day I won't have to work as hard anymore, and it will be fucking fantastic. Like I was telling Ben before we started, I've had 5 days off since February. Like every day I have to work. But I'm not going to class this winter, so I'm gonna get like 6 weeks off. So as rough as it is, even emotionally or psychologically, I'm like, just hang on for. God, it hurts to say. Hang on for 3.5 more months, and then you'll get some solid weeks off. But we're getting there, man.
I just want someone like, so hey George, here's your drawing for this week. Have Chris as like the cat that's hanging on the line, and just like hang in there,
just
buddy.
Hang in there, yeah, man.
Just hang in there.
Thomas Phelps in the live chat's asking what I'm getting my degree in. I'm getting a Unix Linux systems administrator certification, and then I'm getting it was going to be in cybersecurity, but I'm not sure. I might be rethinking that. I'm probably just going to go getting my AS and going the route of my Linux administrator certificate and kind of working in that field.
Matthew Lynn on the YouTube live chat called you a nerd.
Well, Matthew Lynn's right. At this point, I'm basically ready to get wedgied. I think I'm due a swirly sometime tomorrow. We'll see.
I think me and Ben are just gonna swirly you in the pea pile in his backyard.
I would beat the shit out of both of you. Ben is like breathing heavy just hearing this conversation. So I'm not really all that worried, but yeah, it's nerd life for sure, and I do enjoy it. I'm not miserable with it. I'm just tired. That's all it is.
Benjamin, how have you been, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, all things considered. Well, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. My wife's dad was sick. He passed away, so we're just dealing with the funeral arrangements and things like that. But it's going well. Thanks to, a couple people reached out when they heard, so it was nice to hear that.
Good, man.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. He's not suffering anymore.
Fuck, that got depressing really fast.
Yeah, he was a good man, though. He was a good man. He liked sports, loved football.
What was his team? Do you know?
Well, he was
his number Cardinal.
His number one. No, his dad actually. His dad played for the Cardinals.
Okay.
And his number's retired by the Cardinals.
St. Louis or Arizona?
He for St. Louis.
Okay.
He played at my father-in-law played at the University of Pittsburgh. Played football there. He was a big Chicago Bears fan.
Oh shit! Right on.
So, yeah.
Played in Pittsburgh and was a Chicago Bears fan.
Yeah, he grew up in Chicago.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
Well, rest in peace, good sir.
Yes.
Let's give him a dub Bears.
Bears.
All right, Benjamin.
Positive thoughts to my wife.
Play the Super Bowl shuffle for that man. That's the best sports anthem in history.
Not Ram It Up.
We're not here. Ram It Up is pretty. I'm still heartbroken over that Super Bowl. I'm trying to let that go. Give me some time. Give me a little bit.
All right, Benjamin. We do have some Lars news. Want to hit that jingle?
Lars news. This is Lars news. It's not real news. This is just Lars news about stuff and things we want to talk about. Lars news. This is Lars.
Mike Meowgi.
News.
That's the best one.
You know what? Everyone in the live chat, everyone in the live chat, and everyone listening to this show, feel free to tweet us all of your cat name puns.
So these were some that came out on when I was posting it on Twitter. You had the Mike Meowgi.
That one's good.
And then AJ De La Paza.
That's
which is
solid.
great. Yeah,
solid.
Yeah. Some really good ones. All right. So we do have some Lars news. to talk about. This Friday, Galaxy are taking on San Jose. Tickets are on the website. If you go to lariotsquad.org, you can purchase your tickets there. There won't be any grills for these next 2 Friday games, but Lars is buying beer, so you'll be on the liquid diet for Friday, and it's Friday. So
Well, that's just as good,
most
if
people
not better.
Yeah, most people won't have to work the
No.
next day, so you get a nice good old buzz. Don't drive home, have a DD, or take a lift.
Take that lift. Yeah, hit a lift. It's way easier. Or use that Galaxy Express. It's easy as shit. This is something that someone talked about in the Discord. What you do is you park at the Galaxy Express, and you just you take the shuttle there, or you Uber to the Galaxy Express. Because then once you get back there, you take the bus there. It's going to get you closer to your house. You don't have to worry about Ubering all the way home. If you live close to one of the drop-off spots, then you take an Uber from the Galaxy Express home. Cost you a little bit of shekels, but less than otherwise.
It'll probably still be less than parking if you live that close.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So no grills for this Friday coming up, but again, Lars will be providing beers. Limited supply, so get there if you can and go enjoy a beer on Lars. Also, some ticket information for next Friday against Chivas 2.0. 137 and 138 are sold out. But you can call the Lars reps, which are Jonathan Malter or Alex Merced, because I believe they're opening up the section above Lars, which I believe is 338, I think is designated. So tickets, you can contact them. You can contact Lars to get their contact information.
Yeah.
Or just call the Galaxy and then just get...
Just call the Galaxy and ask for Alex Merced.
Yeah.
We don't have his number.
I don't have his number.
I'll look it up really quick.
I tried to look on the site. It wasn't on there.
Well, it was on the notes last week for the $40 double pack thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, if only you had
What
that,
is the
so-
800 number? Isn't it like
Andrew wrote
1-800-2
it off,
Galaxy
right.
and just ask for Alex Merced or something? What's the 800 number? Like 1-800-2 Galaxy?
They can Google it.
Uh,
They can Google
Yeah,
it.
I know.
This is
We're
why
spending
everyone.
way too
This is
much
why
time
everyone
on this.
listens to every other show, because our response to people is like, just go Google it. You can call Alex Merced at 310-630-2235. That's 310-630-2235. He'll get you taken care of, or he'll get you in the hands of the person who can take care of you. He's a good guy.
And that's for...
That's for the Chivas tickets.
No, who was that for? The
Alex
number?
Merced.
Alex, okay.
Yeah, Alex Merced.
Yeah, so hit him up. He can get you the information for the 338 tickets above Lars for the next Friday match against Chivas 2.0. Other than that, there's also still, you can get your 138 SC memberships. Again, go to lariotsquad.org. You'll see the Uncle Sam logo. Click on that. You go there. You pay for your membership. Help out, Lars's philanthropic endeavors. Also helping out with, all the tailgates.
Yeah.
Everything you enjoy that is Lars. That's what you're helping out. So you're being part of something bigger.
It was right there. Diego Polenta.
That's
That
great.
one's classic. Okay, so I'm enjoying these. I want them all forever and ever. But place your calls, get your 138 SC memberships.
Yes. And then if you go on riotsquadcast.com, we do have our T-shirt up there. $25. No shipping. You just pay the extra state tax or whatever it is, which is like $1 extra.
Which isn't our fault. That's
we
the
can't do
man crushing you. That's
Government got to get their money.
always fucking shaking the good American citizen down.
Yeah.
Audit that Fed. I got to learn what that means.
Yeah.
I keep saying I have no idea what it means.
But we do have.
That doesn't mean explain it to me. I don't want to. If you want to explain what audit the Fed means to me, I'm not talking to you.
We do have some write-ups there from our good friend Jamie Bacon, which we will talk about a little later on. And she's done with her World Cup hangover. Yeah, I saw that too. But yes.
And we may have a line on someone doing some game recaps for us.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
There you go.
Expanding every day.
So you can get that at riotsquadcast.com, where you'll find our shirts. You'll find the slice of bacons. Hopefully more write-ups coming soon. You can also go, if you want to help support us. We have, a very select few of you guys who are supporting us right now. Patreon.com/riotsquadcast. We do really appreciate the people who have been helping us grow the show. You've seen, we've posted up the mics that we got.
Yeah.
You're helping us, build a better show, which we think you guys also. But I believe some people, you might want to check your card information, because I think some of them came back, declined. So
You ain't got no money.
go update your shit.
Is this the only Patreon spot we're doing tonight?
I don't know, maybe.
You wanted to say yeah? Because I have something to toss in for the Patreon spot, so I was like, whenever it's going to happen.
Well, we're gonna talk about it in the lightning a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Because we have a certain player who was no longer on the team that we're gonna talk about a little later.
Oh,
That's,
okay.
that's what we call a tease, baby.
Okay.
That's what we call a tease, baby.
Okay. Well, we on top of that, we have something else that we're throwing in involving the Patreon. So I guess keep your ears open for that. You might want to get to the whole show, especially if you're already a Patreon member. So we'll just let that sizzle.
So I'm talking about.
That's
It's about teasing them, baby.
We're
So
gonna figure this out eventually.
they're gonna listen to the whole 2 hours.
By
but we gotta-
episode 300, we're gonna have this whole thing nailed down. It'll be fine.
We're not going 2 hours. We're not going 2 hours.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. It's not your call. Not your call. But yes, we appreciate if you guys are listening to us on Facebook.com or Twitter or YouTube. Please like the stuff. Share the link. We want to get as many people listening to our show as possible. So, and that'll help with you guys as well. So, do a little click. Share that episode for us. Like it as well. And if you are on YouTube, subscribe. Why aren't you subscribed already? What are
If
you
you're
doing?
listening live in the group chat, feel free to go ahead and share that link right now. That would be fantastic.
Do it. All right, let's move on. Let's talk Toronto. We did it, guys. We beat those Canadians again
I told you. There was nothing to worry about.
on the 4th of July.
A freedom win. I thought it was. I wasn't too concerned. Official attendance 25,482. Crowd was into it.
She's like, suck it. You put mayonnaise on your fries, you weirdos.
I'm not gonna sit here and start dissing on if I'm a diss on Canadians. Yeah, I'll diss on Ben. He's my patron Canadian.
I did try poutine for the first time when we were in Portland.
What'd you think?
It's pretty damn good. But I was really drunk, so
Well, that's
that helps
the
it
thing
out.
that puts it all.
Yeah.
It's the glue.
It was
that keeps it all
it was a
together.
mush of potato and mayonnaise. Freedom.
Sweet Canadian.
If I want to
freedom.
clog my arteries with just fat and bacon,
Which you definitely do.
I can just do it because I'm an American
Yeah.
and I do what I want.
That's it. And if your heart gives out, you know what? The government will take care of you.
Hey, baby, rock flag eagle, all
That's
right?
it, bro. Audit the Fed, Ed.
It's not that hard.
It's easy. You call them up, presumably.
Yeah.
You ask for their receipts.
Sandy Hook was a lie.
Whoa. Holy shit.
Lizard people.
Chris, I think
I'm turning my microphone off.
I think this is a good time to point out that the opinions are of
Holy shit.
yes, opinion is that of Ed Rodriguez and it's only Ed Rodriguez.
There's-
It in no way reflects Chris or my opinion.
Look,
There's
we're
no-
not going to get banned off Facebook, okay?
Hold on. There was no other conspiracy theory you could have went with?
That's the first one that came
Than
to my
Sandy
mind.
Hook?
Yeah. They're all
man.
actors, okay?
Just don't hold on. Now you're doubling down on it. Just you pivot out. Remember there was a pizza shop where the Clintons were having kids get molested or something like that. Pivot into that one. Someone got shot, but that's
Hey,
not.
Yeah, didn't Clinton, wasn't he on like some boat with a bunch of underage? Actually,
Well, it was Jeffrey Epstein, who
Yeah,
was
that was-
actually linked to Donald Trump. We won't audit the Fed.
Why all of a sudden everything go dark?
I did my best. I did my best to kind of curve you out of that, buddy. I don't know how that worked.
I was just trying to do my best InfoWars.
How is this about? Yeah, but that is the definition of fucking info. But he's also banned from almost everything. So you don't really. That's not two things we really want to get involved with. We're trying to spread. Don't retweet this. Don't nobody. Look, this is an episode. This is an episode just for everyone who happens to already be like, don't just keep saying this is America. That doesn't help. That doesn't do anything. It's like, hey, man, America.
It's America.
Hey, what? Freedom of speech.
Rock, flag, and eagle,
Right?
sir.
Rock, flag. I am a real American. I fight for the rights of every man. And that first right I fight for is the right to freedom of speech.
Fight for your right.
Okay.
All right, Toronto.
Dialed back in.
Toronto. All right, let's talk about the game a little bit.
The moon landing. There's a shadow, Ed. It doesn't make sense.
Fake.
Who took the footage?
How is it waving?
Where is the real moon footage? That's all you really have to do. You just have to, whatever you're talking about, just go, well, yeah. But where's the real stuff?
And then also the moon's flat, so how could they even like?
Clearly. And it's made out of cheese. It wasn't even green in the photo. Everybody knows that.
So that's how you knew it was fake from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lizard people. What was the kid? Seth Rich. That's who you should have went with before Sandy Hook. That was yet another body of hanging around Big Hill Dog's neck. Allegedly.
Okay. Let's talk about Toronto. Let's move on. Tucker, Toronto.
Audit the Fed, Ed.
Toronto, nothing. The G's.
Victorious.
Zoltan Ibrahimovic with the 2 goals.
Ibrahimovic. It was a nice. I thought Guessman. I thought he characterized it properly. It was a very patient result. Didn't succeed in keeping all the possession. Didn't succeed in having all of the pass success. Fewer shots, but we took our chances. We were very calm. It never really felt like we were out of it. Didn't feel like we were really all that threatened. It was just a nice, calm, patient result. I thought it was excellent. I loved it. It was a nice, fun game. I brought the family out. It was nice.
Damien pooped everywhere.
Did Damien poop? I don't know. I was.
So was it just a
lot,
drunk? Man. Yeah, I see drunk Chris on Instagram like Damien pooped everywhere, and my lady didn't bring a changing mat or something.
She didn't bring a changing mat. No, and the whole thing was like, how you doing, Steven? Specifically from the beginning, we were like, it's like, how you doing, Steven? I'm sorry, Steven. From the get go, we were like, we got to bring a changing mat, and he didn't poop all goddamn day. And then we get there, and he pooped. But my drinking is irrelevant. I didn't drink. In comparison, I didn't drink at all.
Compared to a boy Chewy?
Chewy. Oh, man. They set my man up for failure. So I walk in.
So break that down. What was going on? Like, why were they trying to give him, like...
So it was Chewy's birthday.
Oh, okay. Then...
But it wasn't Chewy's birthday. His birthday was 2 days earlier, which I found out later. So I walk up. Well, closest game. That's how it goes.
That's how you do it. So
they go, as soon as I walk in, they pull me aside and they're like, hey. And Chewy is the producer for Nag News, if you don't follow him. N-A-G-Z News. They do a YouTube live stream. I think they're on Spotify. They're on Spotify as well. If you want to check them out, another Galaxy podcast. But I show up and they're like, hey, go ask Chewy if he has a shot for you. And I was like, well, I'm good. Like, my family's here. Like, I'm straight. They're like, no. Go ask Chewy if he's got a shot for you. It's Chewy's birthday. Every time somebody asks him if he wants to do a shot, like, he's got to do a shot with him. I walked up. I was 9. I was the 9th person that he took a shot with for my first shot. I came back. I was 13th. And then at one point, like, Chewy just couldn't stand up anymore.
Are you sure Chewy's dead?
I double checked the next day. Chewy is apparently in fact alive. He made it. My man's got a strong constitution. He's got that. What did Vince McMahon call it? He's got that testicular fortitude that kept him through.
He's so beefy.
Did he yak before the game? 100%, absolutely. What are you gonna look? He's not Jesus. He's not perfect. He had
Wait, did he yak in the stands on his own shoes?
He yacked in. I didn't see any shoes. He yacked in the Lot 13 pregame. Right where the pole with the televisions are, and there's that little TV. He yacked over there.
All right, Ed, you still got him then. You're cool. You see,
there's a select few of us who have puked in the stands. Yeah.
I have.
almost like 8 years to the day, or 7 years to the day.
Yeah, that was Vancouver. That was Vancouver at home 2012. It's what happens when I end a relationship, and I deal with it in the most positive way imaginable by drinking myself under the table. But yeah, Chewy he's alive. He's actually in the live chat tonight. Thank you, Chewy, for being here.
That's youtube.com/RiotSquadcast.
Chewy took more shots than both teams combined, said Eddie from Nag News. I'm entirely willing to believe that.
Yeah, more than
he was. My man was struggling, but you know what? I'll give him this. I will give him that, and it's not about the game. And I apologize to listeners. Every time someone came up and was like, "Yo, let's do a shot," he was fucking ripped, and he was like, "All right, man, fucking pour it." Like,
well, because when you're that deep,
what are you gonna do?
Like,
realistically, what are you gonna do? But he was also so drunk, I couldn't even conceive of his hangover the next day.
That many shots, it's just quicksand.
You're
already in.
He was a puddle. Yeah.
You're already in. It's just like, yeah.
We're talking zombie march like levels of gross intoxication.
Good times.
So well done, Chewy. Big man. Back to the game. A lot of positives. Patient result overall. So I
is that why you see a lot of the comparisons like, oh, that first half was boring. The team looked out of it. I mean, I even explained. I talked to Ben a little bit. I was like, I'm not so sure that the Galaxy were good, as in Toronto were just that bad.
We could have lost that game a couple different times, but even in that, like because neither of you are able to make it, like being in the stadium, and sometimes there's that different energy, that different feel, when you're there. There wasn't. I never really felt concern that it was like, oh, this is going to be the one. It had 0-0 draw written all over it until the 75th minute. Like it felt like it was going.
Oh, that's the way it looked on TV too.
Yeah, it didn't feel like we were gonna blow them out suddenly in the last 15-20 minutes. It didn't feel like we were even gonna get punished for not taking advantages of our early chances. It just felt like, okay, well, this is a 0-0 draw. It's fine. We'll get a point. It's not a great result for being home against a team that's not necessarily great, that's missing stars. But we'll get a point. And we'll be okay. And then Zlatan did that Zlatan thing that he does, which is half a chance here, half a chance there, and kind of making it work. But overall, it always, at least for me, it felt like a comfortable win.
Yeah, because that first goal with the assist from Efrain, like if you weren't a 6'4"
Yes,
giant, you weren't getting to that ball.
If it's
so like everyone's credit to Efrain, but
if it's any of
it was overhit.
If it's any of the forwards we've had,
let's be fair. Ben Chicken said over it was overhit.
Agree to disagree. I think that if it's not hit where it's hit, Zlatan's not getting his head to it. So how can you say it's overhit?
The man has to outstretch. He's a 6 foot fucking 4 giant. And he has to outstretch backwards to get to that ball.
But you have to send it in for a 6'4" giant. If you send it in for a 5'10" guy, a 6'4" giant's not gonna be able to head it.
That's my point. If it wasn't for Zlatan, who wasn't a 6'4" giant,
so it wasn't.
No one would have
got
to
to
that ball.
Perfect for Zlatan.
It's a little overhit. I'm literally watching a GIF of it right now. It's a little overhit, but
Ed's making it seem like it was total luck.
Well, because everyone would say that it was an amazing ball from Efrain, which
it was a nice ball.
It's an amazing ball from Efrain. Like you guys are so unique in your ability to both be wrong about the same topic. It is an outstanding ball that's played from Efrain. At the same time, it is a tad overhit.
Things can be two things.
Yes, it is a tad overhit. But to Ben's point, if it weren't Zlatan, or it might be your point, if it weren't Zlatan, it's not going to be a goal.
No one's getting to that ball.
But that
was my point.
But it's Zlatan's ability.
No, that's literally what I said before you interrupted me.
It's Zlatan's ability to adjust himself.
Tucker's friend.
It's Zlatan's ability to adjust himself in the middle of that pass to get to where he's got to be to make it work the way that it needs to. But you're both right. If Efrain doesn't put that ball exactly, if he doesn't play it that way, it's not going to make it all the way to Zlatan. And if Zlatan isn't Zlatan, it's not going to end up a goal. Alan Gordon gets headed on goal, maybe out for a goal kick. Edson Buttle gets it headed out, maybe out for a goal kick, maybe a shot on goal, but it's certainly not going to be that. That's that separation that Zlatan does give you. It's the benefit against all the other potential negatives of him.
So, Tuck, what I'm hearing is you're saying I'm right. I'm cool with that.
I'm literally saying you're both wrong. Again, per usual, I'm saying I'm right.
Agree to disagree. I'm hearing I'm right.
I will gladly disagree with you because you're incorrect.
All right, perfect.
Let's talk the defensive effort. Another clean sheet.
I was wrong. Another clean sheet.
Another clean sheet for the boys. Even
number
with
seven.
Yeah, seven.
Even with Perry Kitchen, who didn't look like exactly like the Kitchen who's been a total badass in the midfield. Fabio again just having a stinker. Like him and Boateng probably the two worst guys out there on the team.
Boateng for sure. I'm going to disagree with you on Kitchen. He had 3 successful tackles, didn't miss any tackles, wasn't dribbled past once, won an aerial duel, 90% pass success. It's not an outstanding game. It's not a stellar game, but in something where again they weren't really tested all that much, and there isn't a ton for him to do. Like at some point, 6.7, 6.8, 6.9, 7.0 rating. Like 7.0 ratings, a great game. 6.8 is he's served more than probably what you would naturally expect of him. He's playing a nice center halfback role, which I really enjoyed, sitting right in front of the defenders, making their job drastically easier.
Oh yeah.
So it was a great way to take Pozuelo, right? Pasuelo. It's a great way to take Pasuelo out of the game by adding that little extra defensive cover. If we're honest, it's probably what we would like to see going forward. In some sense, if you can figure out a way maybe to get Fabio playing on the far right side, or if you find another player coming on the far right side.
Who knows?
But now you're moving into a place where it's like, all right, well, monetarily we're spending a lot of money on these other guys, but the 4 center backs, Perry Kitchen sitting right in front of him, Jonathan Dos Santos, Joe Corona in the middle in front of them, Zlatan, Uriel, and question mark. Like that's what I would prefer to see. That's where you're putting Perry Kitchen in a place where he can succeed, because genuinely, you want to look at what Dom Kinnear and GBS have mainly done for Perry Kitchen. They've limited what they've asked of him. We're not asking you to pass. We're not asking you to play long balls. We're not asking you to create. it's the same thing when we signed him, and I said, as a defender, make sure all Perry Kitchen has to do is stop people with the ball and then go shuffle it to an adult and let them try to get the game going.
I think that was the idea of just you crush whoever's
crush
them, get the ball, pass the 4 yards to Jonah and let him do his thing.
And then drop back and get back into defense. That's what he has excelled at doing. And you can't say, it's tough to say any defensive player had a rough game when you have a clean sheet and the other team took 17 shots. They got a lot of opportunities, but not a lot of them were clear. Like they couldn't do much with them.
A lot of them were desperate shots. None of them were really shots you were like, okay, that's going to be dangerous.
This is the one.
Yeah. There was no real great chances that Toronto had in the entire game.
Wasn't a ton
and I agree with you when you say Kitchen's right there. The defense definitely
12 rather. Sorry,
their defense definitely look more comfortable. I think it's definitely more confident as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when we get guys back who we're getting guys back obviously from Gold Cup. It's going to be a little difficult, and we talked about there might be another edition coming in soon. Who knows? It's going to throw out who's starting in that center mid tandem, and then if you have the Jet coming back, it's going to throw things off. But I think Kitchen is your guy. He needs to be your guy
right now.
As of right now.
Right now, playing the hot hand or the hot foot, I suppose. Right now, it should be back four, Perry Kitchen, midfield tandem of Joe Corona and Jonathan Dos Santos. That should be your midfield too. What you do with Leggett from there, probably going to make him a little more expendable. You could keep him as a bench option if that's something he's willing to work with. You can use him as a multi-purpose utility man kind of substitute. Ironically, something like you had in Baggio. He's still a little young to kind of commit to that, and he's on the cusp of the national team, so that might be hard for him. But for us, just basic numbers, like it's Joe Corona and Jonathan, and as of right now, Perry Kitchen dropped in the hole, playing exceptionally well in that specific spot. I looked just the other day, midfielders in Major League Soccer with at least 10 appearances in tackles and interceptions. Joe Corona and Jonathan are the only tandem from one team as midfielders. Everyone else is like, you got one good player here, and then this other player that doesn't really carry the load in the same way. You have this guy who is exceptional, and this guy who's more creative isn't helping you on defense. Those are the only two where it's like passing accuracy over 85% for both. Jonathan obviously closer to 90, but interceptions, tackles, the things that the elements of their game that help make someone like Perry Kitchen better, because you're relying on him less. You're asking him to do less. All you're asking Perry to do is
one job.
If these other two guys who has a tandem are two of the best in the league at center midfield working together, if they figure out how to get past them, well, you make sure they don't get past you. And Perry Kitchen's like, well, I'm fucking real good at that, boss. Don't you worry about that at all. I'm going to crush him. I wanted to make him a little, I want to put him on spectrum, but I wasn't trying to get too crazy. But that's where he's kind of thrived because of, and Joe Corona is, and I'm going through his numbers lately, like he's moving into unsung hero territory because they're not always stellar. It's not a lot of big numbers, but it's forcing teams to play wide, complementing someone like Jonathan well. Look who Corona's played with: Leggett, Kitchen, Jonathan, Juninho, like complementing all this range of midfielders that all play different ways and still finding a way to excel and have decent numbers in each of the games. I'm not as down on Kitchen as I thought I would be. I'll be honest, I flirted with the idea of getting a jersey with him, which seemed crazy to me. But
that's the death trap.
That's a death. That's when it's over.
Yeah.
I like the path he's on, and I like that he's working and building steadily in the right direction. I think Dom Kinnear definitely deserves more credit than he gets for it.
Yeah, he's kind of like the shadow figure now, right? You don't really hear much of him because you have other guys in that coaching staff. But Dom's a defensive guy.
Yeah, he's a defensive mind, and I wonder how with all due respect, I wonder with Anolfo gone and with Ziggy gone and with Klein and his boys kind of removing themselves more from the on-field goings on, and the creeping talk coming out that GBS doesn't work as well with the domestic players. He doesn't spend as much time with the domestic players. Well, with removing some of the more Americanized coaches that we've had and having a coach who's not as hands-on with domestic players, that leaves room for Dom to do a lot of work. And you look at who's thriving this year: Joe Corona, domestic player; Perry Kitchen, domestic player; Daniel Steris, domestic player; David Bingham, domestic player. Domestic defensive players are excelling under the Dom GBS administration.
Well, here's the thing: is because your American players are going to be better at defending than they are attacking. So
usually, more often than occasionally, but more often than not, for sure. So yeah, I'm all excited and on board. Kitchen's doing a great job.
So how excited are we to get those international players back?
It's
like,
extremely...
is it? I mean, obviously, it's going to change our game.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, especially with Jonah being back in that starting midfielder role, and then maybe not relying so much on
Corona.
Efra and Corona, or Efra. I'm talking about the wings for like Antuna. Maybe not relying on Boateng as much because it's Boateng and he's still starting on this team, and it's really upsetting.
There's not a ton you can do about Boateng starting as long as we're missing bodies. But even Boateng even with Antuna back, Boateng's still starting until we either bring somebody else in or shift Fabio to a wing, which we haven't done yet. He's played predominantly center or as a second striker, and even in this Toronto game, he played basically in Jonathan, or I guess he played in Corona's spot because Corona played in the Jonathan role. So we're still utility manning.
I don't know what Fabio did because that dude was ghost the whole game.
Yeah, it hasn't been outstanding. He's just kind of there, and you look, if he's gonna have a ghosted game, that's a nice one to have. In a game where defensively you're sound and solid, your big money designated player brings home 3 points.
You win 2-0. Yeah.
Get to 2-0. Your goalkeeper is kind of standing on his head, makes 5 saves. Like that. If you're gonna have a game where you ghost, that's the one. It is a little difficult to have Emma Boateng and Fabio Alvarez taking up the left side, where it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to assume Polenta's going to get a yellow card at some point in this game because he's going to have to cover for these two guys who don't seem to do a ton. He's very active. I see him in every highlight. Like he's running.
Well, it's hard not to now with the silver hair.
Blonde. But it's very strange to it's just very strange to see how little he seems to be affecting what we're doing. But I'm hopeful that as we're building, I still think I'm concerned, or I'm not concerned. I guess I'm wondering, because we're building like a fast counterattacking team. Like that's the way we're kind of signing players and we're shaping out. But to have a fast counterattacking team, you need a forward that's more mobile than Zlatan. And I'm not trying to knock someone who just got 2 goals in 13, 14 minutes, whatever it was. But we're kind of building like this faster counterattacking team, and the most important piece of that is something we're not even close to. We're building like we're building for the future, and so I do have patience for some of the guys coming in who may not be performing in the way we want them to, because it looks like we're still working on the project.
Yeah, you have Zlatan, who obviously, at 38 is gonna pick and choose when he's gonna run. Like he's gonna make that, intelligence. Like, hey, I'm not gonna run for 90 minutes because
it's not gonna happen.
It literally can't.
Yeah,
literally cannot.
It would be foolish. So that's where I have patience for Fabio Alvarez. It'll just be interesting to see kind of what he does with it going forward. I
don't even see glimpses of that. That's why it just scares me a little bit. Like not even, popping in and out of games. It's just there's games he just goes 90 minutes and it's completely silent.
I'm going to do my best to pronounce your last name, sir, and if I get it wrong, I apologize. But Ethan Basulto, right? Something close. He makes a great point. He says he's in our live chat on YouTube right now. He says Fabio still hasn't played with Jonathan or Antuna, so he's not quite ready to panic yet. Perfect. Spot on. It's a project. It's a project, and it's a project during a Gold Cup season, during a Copa America season. We're building and we're working. We should, on all the players that we don't have absolute certainty on yet, who we've seen, everyone should be practicing some patience. Like we're still second in the West, getting all of our internationals back. It's all that actually matters. We're in the conversation. It takes an LAFC slip up for us to be in the Supporter Shield. It takes us winning our games against LAFC to be top in the Supporter Shield. But relax. Everything's cool. Everything's good.
You all right? We're good?
We're good. Everything's good. Yeah,
right.
Everything's good. Everything's good.
So what do you think of Zlatan's performance? Do you think he got back into a little bit of groove?
I'll tell you this.
I mean, it's easy to say, hey, he scored, so he's feeling better now. Like,
2 goals.
Yeah.
I will say, I rewatched the game today before we got started, and he seemed happy on his second goal for the first time in a long time. And I mean like legitimately happy. Like he dogpile with the players and smiling to the fans and kissing up to the president's box area.
Was it the first one that he looked really angry at, or was
first
the second
one? First one he scored and he ran by the Lars side and he kicked a microphone and looked really pissed off. Whatever, fuck him. The second goal though, he seemed in it. He seemed like he was enjoying it and having a good time. So I liked that. He seemed up for the occasion. You know, he likes the events. He likes the San Jose with Stanford, whatever. He likes the 4th of July.
Yeah.
He likes the LAFC games. He likes the moments where he knows people are looking at him. And it was good that he got that, because it looked against San Jose, it looked like he was really trying to force scoring a goal and force that kind of big moment against a large crowd, and it didn't quite come. So seeing, nationally televised game, 4th of July game, decently, important for lack of a better phrase, it was nice to see him get that moment and then look like it actually meant something positive to him.
All right, last thing before I get to Big Tony's interview.
Well, I had a quick question for you guys. With all the international absences on both sides, really, what can we take away from this game?
First, you're going through puberty, or voice cracking?
Okay, you just swallow water first.
And fuck Tucker's friend.
Look, this is what you can take away. You can only ever beat the team that's in front of you. This was a team that was in front of us. We were missing internationals. They were missing internationals. We said it last week. I think they're missing more important internationals to their project than we were necessarily missing for ours. But in a game where, it's very clear how TFC is going to play when they have Michael Bradley. It's very clear how they're going to play when they have Josie Altidore. Having those guys out and being able to...
Sorry.
Whatever.
Madam Toronto says, why Ben sound like he's going to
Yeah,
cry?
fuck you, Madam Toronto.
He's going through a lot right now.
Hey, man,
But
it's hard when you change from a boy to a man.
You look at the Minnesota game where we had Zlatan out on a red card, or he got injured. We had Zlatan out, and we were able to. Everyone thought we were going to play just like us. We thought we were going to play Pontius up top. What did we end up doing? We played Uriel in a false 9, 4-3-3. The ability to adjust and to adjust to how they were going to play, and still, for the most part, shut that game down pretty tight. If I'm going to take something, GBS coached a great game. He was able to manage a very good game, especially one where it looked early on like we weren't gonna be able to get anything out of it, and then we were able to take it late rather than the reverse happening to us.
So it's okay to be optimistic then
about this individual game. Yeah,
but moving forward, you'd be a little hesitant.
I'm always hesitant to swing left or right too wildly based on one specific performance. Certainly one where you're missing a lot of people.
Cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
Cautiously, yeah.
All right, you want to get to Big Tony?
First, I want to bring up the tweet from scouts attending, talking about how Man United were at the game scouting
Julian
our boy
Araujo.
Julian Araujo.
Fucking diamond in the rough, that kid.
What do you guys think?
I can't blame him. Well, they should want him.
He's been absolute stellar.
I
Absolute.
went through his numbers today. I believe he's missed. I'll have it next week. Because again, it's finals week, and
this last game he
have a ton
was
of time.
top 2 in every single category.
3 tackles. Shit, I just had it up a second.
I have it
ago.
up right here. Yeah.
He finished with an 8.0 ranking, hit the crossbar, 3 successful tackles, 3 aerial duels. What I was looking at, I believe he's lost 2 aerial duels all season. Every game he's played, he has 8 appearances. 3 aerial duels, 2 defensive, 1 offensive, 2 successful dribbles. I think out of 4, yes, he had 50% on air. But those numbers may not sound crazy, but you have to understand 3 or 4 successful dribbles for a right back in a game is a lot. It's exceptional.
And I think that was the most out of all our players.
Yeah, those for a right back is through the roof. Those for a 17-year-old who is regularly, and I will have the numbers for you next week, I promise. But for a 17-year-old who is regularly 100% tackles, 100% aerial duels, 100% passes, or not 100% passes, but 80% passes.
That's because his crosses are. Whew.
Yeah, but
that's the one thing that I'm like. His game, other than that, his game is tight.
His dribbles, aerial duels won, and tackles are often 75%, 100%. The kid's precise, very, very precise. So I'm not surprised at all that, obviously, that level scouting him is impressive. But I'm not surprised at all he's getting scouted from Europe. Manchester United, yes. Yes, but let's everybody calm down. Yes.
It's not even a Champions League team that's scouting him. So
yeah, well, Newcastle United has a month left. We've sold both of our strikers. We don't have a head coach. I'm not really in a position. But
you guys are like championships.
That's why I have the Galaxy. He is absolutely astounding. I'm still inching towards the stardom train. I'll say that I'm drastically closer to starting Julian Araujo every game than I probably will be starting Efrain, regardless of what he does for the rest of the season. I love what Julian does. I'm keeping him would be greatly beneficial to the future of the club. It's going to save us a ton of money.
I agree. And then sell him high. I think Madam Serrano in the
when it's time.
Sell him high.
When it's time, let him go.
Sell him high. All right, moving on. We're going on to Big Tony's email. With the prediction of a 1-0 win against Toronto, Chris seemed to be on course for a full 3 points. However, Zlatan couldn't have a simple 1-0 win and scored a second in the 89th minute. So Chris banks one more point, while both Ed and Ben got nothing for expecting a loss. With 15 games left in the season...
You both had losses?
Yeah, I had a loss. Chris now leads with 13 points, which isn't an insurmountable lead. Ed can still win it. Ben follows closely, 2 points off the lead at 11, and Ed is last with 8. Listener predictions. Out of 31 participants, 28 agreed with Chris and predicted a win. Not Gilbert, though. He got drunk and forgot to put in a prediction.
Sounds like Gilbert. He's got like a weird stomach virus or something going
Gilbert,
on right now.
Gilbert, you dildo. Is it a stomach virus?
He's been shitting like crazy for the last 5 or 6 days. At least that's what he said. How you doing, Gilbert?
Sorry, Steven. Anyway.
Hope you're okay.
Four listeners correctly predicted the 2-0 scoreline, but only Efrain H. For Zlatan double and was able to grab 3 points, bringing his total up to 11, only 4 off the lead. At the top, Luis L. was one of the listeners who got the correct scoreline, moving him into a tie for first with Ethan, who's in the live chat right now. It's tight behind them with Danny A. and Walter in second with 14, and Richard C. and Shark Boy in third with 13. Full standings are available at riotsquadcast.com. Like you said, there's only 15 games left, so lots of opportunity to take the lead. Before we get into the preview against San Jose, let's start our ad for this week, Ben. We are once again sponsored by Away Days Football. Chris.
Our good friends.
Our good friends at Away Days Football. You guys know them. You love them. AwayDaysFootball.com. They are the purveyors of the $25.
Well done.
Nice, right? $25 mystery kits. Chris is wearing his Olympic Leon shirt. As he
this is like it's becoming my podcasting
Tuesday.
shirt.
Yeah, his every Tuesday shirt. But yes, you can go to AwayDaysFootball.com. $25 for their Away Days mystery kit, which Olympiacos Leon, you have
fucking Gateshead, Middlesbrough. There's Rangers out there. I've seen Valencia. You've got Ben's got Nottingham Forest. You have Celta Vigo. Is that right?
And then we both got the Olympiacos.
Both have the Olympiacos. I felt like Ben had one more. What else you got there, Ben?
I had an Australian.
I have Olympiacos as well.
Yeah,
an Austrian Bundesliga team.
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of different ones. It's all the lower division teams, the bigger lower division clubs. There's also a mystery pack where you can do for the 2019,
2019. Yeah, that's $40. You can get like the bigger clubs.
Mm-hmm. If you're into the
Juventus. Why would you do that? But you also have the 3-month subscription, which is $75. You get a jersey a month. There's kids mystery packs. There's a mystery pack which is a jersey, a jacket, and a scarf. They also have the American Kit collection, which we all seem to want to grow American soccer. This is your way to grow American soccer by purchasing a lower tiered soccer jersey. So you have the Greenville Triumph. You have your boys,
my beloved
Providence FC.
Full rogue.
You also have Charlotte Independence. They also have German Bundesliga teams now.
Das Bundesliga.
FC Cologne. They have Kaiserslautern. Now they have hoodies, sweatshirts, beanies, hats, you name it.
Whatever you're into.
Our boy Martin is a one-man wrecking machine. You go to awaydaysfootball.com, and all those plebes, all those, those
rubes, fools,
those fools,
peasants,
they pay full price. But you people, you beautiful,
what do you mean you people?
Gorgeous,
Squadcastless. Oh shit.
Oh, I mean the Squadcast people.
Sandy Rock.
For you guys,
about that, huh?
You guys get 15% off your entire order.
I was hoping I could just delete it and get away with it.
With your promo code Squadcast. 15% off your entire order. Matt, you're listening? There's all these new stuff on there. You can get your kits, dude. Don't worry, we got you. And they also have
Everything you need.
everything. And then, for our homegirl, Jamie, they also have the Women's World Cup. So, the Women's World Cup may be over, but you can still get the Women's World Cup mystery kit. That's $50. You can get it, Jamie. You can get it. He said it's like a little Christmas present sent to your house every day.
There you go. It's the cheapest way to support women's soccer by supporting Martin.
There you go.
A man from Massachusetts.
So that's awaydaysfootball.com. You can follow them on Twitter at awaydaysfootball. That's FUTBOL. Or you can follow them on Instagram. It's just awaydays. Make sure you guys tag us in your posts and your pictures. We love seeing you guys do it. It's like brings us a little joy knowing that you got a nice little present sent to your house using our promo code. We appreciate that. And that's it.
Yeah.
We're good? awaydaysfootball.com. Do it.
Sorry, I'm arguing with someone on Twitter.
Why are you arguing on Twitter
Because she's wrong.
during our show?
I have to mansplain why she's so fucking incorrect.
Oh, it's still that LAFC
No.
or the Chivas lady?
different
No?
lady.
So it's another.
There's a different woman being wrong on the internet, Ed. I have to correct her. What else do you want?
So it's a different woman you're arguing about
Yeah.
mansplaining things to.
No, I am a man who is explaining things to her. I'm not mansplaining anything. I'm a man. Things are being explained.
All right, back to Big Tony's email.
I'm an explaining man. Ben?
Looking forward. This Friday, the Smurfs come to town to finish the series of the year. For the year, sorry. A mere 13 days ago, the G's found themselves embarrassed by the Smurfs losing 3-0. Surely LA should be looking for revenge. Unfortunately, San Jose has been solid in the last 5 games, grabbing 9 points with the record. The last 5 games is a loss, win-win, loss-win, and moving them into 6th place in the West with 28 points. The Galaxy still sit in second in the West with 34 points. Historically, the G's have edge with a 31, 23, and 15 record. However, the Smurfs have outscored the G's 125 to 109. Jesus. This year, it seems unlikely the goal difference will improve, as outside of Zlatan, we still struggle to score goals. Zlatan has found the back of the net 13 times in 15 games, which represents half the goals for the year. Stairs is still second. Stairs is still our second lead scorer with 3 goals. If the G's want to be successful, they need more players scoring goals consistently. Friday, the Smurfs will likely continue the same squad, while the G's get Antuna back and Jonathan Dos Santos. I was going to say the other one, but both who were missing due to international duty. He didn't want to say that they won the Gold Cup. It's fine.
So, Jonathan Strike won the goal. Look, if Mexico's going to win, I want the future captain of the Galaxy to score the game-winning goal, if it's going to happen.
If it's going to happen. Will the return of these 2 stars be enough to spur the G's to a win?
Yes.
Will anyone besides Zlatan step up and score a few? P.S. Special shout out to Shark Boy for helping me dig up a few historical facts for the last few weeks. Shout out to Shark Boy.
Well,
man.
fucking help. I love that guy.
People helping people.
You know what's great about Lars and for you and me, shout out to Shark Boy for helping me research it, and immediately we're like, oh, I know exactly who that is.
Yeah.
It's Shark Boy.
Yeah. If you guys weren't
He doesn't own sharks or anything. That's
no.
his name.
It's just back in the day. Lars had a forum, and then you only knew your people by their forum name.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know them by their real name. Like Zero Cool is still Zero Cool. He's not Chris.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I mean, people still call me Zombie. It's just what they knew me by.
I call you Zombie.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what are you expecting from this game, fellas? Do you want to go for the odds first? You want to give us that?
Let's do that. Let's run that down for once.
Yeah, because you always like to give us odds after we do our predictions, before your prediction.
Yeah, I like to look at them and then have you guys predict them, and then
Bamboozled.
Yeah.
Well,
apparently that's working out well for me this year. Apparently.
Yeah, you should stop doing that. It's
Hey,
not.
don't worry, I was in the same spot last year, and who won?
I don't. Ed?
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't Ed.
Really?
Well,
No.
me and Chris stopped giving me shit, so
Yeah, that's exactly.
So
what
that means Ben won. Like I've never given.
The game didn't matter anymore.
I always try to win.
Actually, the Galaxy are favorites.
Of course we are.
Yeah, big favorites. The predicted scoreline is 2.6 for the Galaxy to 0.04 for the Smurfs.
That makes sense.
So yeah, the Galaxy are at the money line, best money line you can get. Actually, just went down to 103, plus 103 for the Galaxy, at plus 257 for the Smurfs. The draw is at a plus 240, I believe. Let's see, and on 538, it has the Galaxy winning 58%, San Jose 21%, and the draw 21%. So the best line you can get is 105 for their 102 for the Galaxy. And the best line you can get for the Smurfs is plus 275. Why you would even bet on them, I have no idea.
So with the additions of Jonathan and Antuna, do we think they start?
Do you think they play? How much do you think they play?
I think they if at the very minimum they come off the bench.
That's kind of. I'm hoping that's kind of the case. I'm hoping maybe they start on the bench. We don't need them. You know, we give them the night off.
We kind of do.
Well, their last game was Sunday.
Sunday.
Right?
Yeah.
And this game is Friday night.
And it was in Chicago, so it's like a 5-hour flight back.
But they were back. They were back in training
4 hours,
yesterday.
yeah.
Anything past Vegas and it's 4 hours.
Might as well.
Might as well be.
I think they were back yesterday. They were back yesterday or today. Either way.
Well, they were in training.
They were back
today.
in training. They were back in training today. So I presume that they flew back
Monday.
yesterday, probably Monday.
Yeah.
I think you can start them.
Why not?
I think you can start them both.
They're on a high, Ben. Get them in there. You saw literally 2 weeks ago where we didn't have those guys and we got torn apart. We need these guys in the starting lineup.
We have a week's rest after. We're staying local because we have LFC the following week. Yeah, I don't know. I'd play him. I would play him. I mean, that's the reason the reason the betting line is where it is because the assumption is we're going to play them.
And wouldn't you give him wouldn't you give them an extra day off if you were thinking, hey, you know what?
If you were concerned,
yeah,
they wouldn't need to go back straight into training.
You can give them a day off,
but that's what he's saying. They've gone straight back in. If we're assuming that they didn't fly out Sunday night, we're assuming they flew out Monday. Assuming they flew out Monday.
Yeah, they were too drunk to find the plane.
Monday's their travel day.
Sure.
Monday's their travel day.
Why,
Tuesday they're already back in training.
What's that?
Because they're Mexican, they're too drunk. It's fucked up. That's racist.
Just saying.
It's accurate.
Yes.
Sandy Hookhead.
I don't know if you've ever been to Chicago, but yeah.
I have not.
Too many black people there.
That's where Obama's from.
No,
actually Kenya, but whatever.
Well done. Oh, you got me. You got me. Now you got your fucking Alex Jones hat on. Hey, George, can you draw Ed with like a tinfoil Alex Jones hat? Thank you. Yeah, I think you start him. To Ed's point, if you were going to keep him out, if you were concerned about their fitness, they return to training on Wednesday. You give them an extra day. They didn't take an extra day. They traveled on Monday. They're back in training on Tuesday. Sounds like they're getting geared up to be fit and ready. Both came through with, I guess, a few niggling injuries, as they say. A little limping every now and again.
Niggling. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't calm down, Alex. I got it. But there was reports of them limping and putting ice on their knees and ankles after the game. Doesn't sound like it's been a problem. I guess we'll hear on Thursday when GBS does all his interviews. But I think you start him. I think you absolutely start him.
Yeah, I mean, Antuna had kind of a horrible game on Sunday against the United States. But he won, so he's probably not a super.
He played well enough.
No.
It's probably the most that kid's played in that short of time too.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of games really quick.
He's still better than Boateng, so we'll just put him in there.
Yes, he's still definitely better than Boateng.
Get him in there.
Do you keep Efrain in the starting lineup?
You probably move him to the bench.
So what do you do with that spot on the right side?
Antuna.
So what do you do with the left side then?
Probably gonna be Boateng.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's unfortunately.
I told you.
It's unfortunately the state of our team right now is you have to play Boateng. It's kind of there's no. God.
You don't think Efrain did enough to displace Boateng?
Zlatan is calling for him to play more. He is finally, and this has been coming for a couple of weeks. He's finally vocally saying we need to get this kid more minutes. Bottom line is he plays better.
Has anyone ever seen Efrain play on the left side? I mean,
no. I mean, you put Antuna on the left side, you keep Boateng on the right.
So you keep Antuna on the left side, you put Efrain on the right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. I apologize.
I mean, the cross he had for Zlatan came off the right side. Like
they expect to cut him in on the left and then put him.
And that's the way the GB. Sorry to step on you, but that's the way GBS likes to play is to have the wingers cut inside.
That's how Antuna plays.
Yeah.
That's how Alessandrini plays. But we're forgetting like Fabio Alvarez can play
on a wing.
On a left wing, he can play on a right wing. He is your makeshift Argentinian Alessandrini type, where it's like you can play him in a second striker role, you can play him on a right wing, you can play him on a left wing. He is supposed to be your balance, so you're not saying, well, Efrain has to play this game. Emma Boateng has to play this game. He's needed to cover in center midfield in the last game because we played Kitchen. Stroke of genius to play Kitchen in the hole like we did. So he had to kind of deputize at center midfield more. But now you got Jonathan back. You can play your preferred. Who would have thought coming into this season your preferred midfield trio is Perry Kitchen, Joe Corona, and Jonathan Dos Santos. But having the full complement of players back, you can play the preferred three you would have. Then put Fabio out on the right wing, play Antuna on the left wing. Maybe you bring in Cuello late for Antuna if he's exhausted because of all these extra games. Maybe you drop Jonathan late and push Perry Kitchen up, bring in another forward if you need, or an extra defender, bring Romney on to kind of shut the game out. You have bring Crosco on and put him into that Jonathan spot, and then just absolutely shut the game down if you've already got a victory going.
So give us a starting lineup, Tuck.
I think your starting lineup is exactly what you close your eyes and assume it would be. Bingham, Polenta, Giancarlo, Steris, Araujo, Kitchen, Antuna, Corona, Jonathan. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Fabio at right wing and Zlatan up top. It positionally just makes sense. You don't have to push Efra too much, but Efrain is absolutely an option. And let's be honest, it looks like GBS really likes Emma Boateng for whatever reason. So that's absolutely possible as well. What I would like to see is Fabio at the right wing.
Ed, what about you?
It's hard to argue that lineup because it's hard to argue against that lineup because it's just.
No, I mean Perry Kitchen's been playing
really
well,
good
so
at this.
that is a good lineup. Kitchen's playing well, like Tucker said, and you'd never going into the season would think that would be the midfield trio.
And he should. And even when Leget's healthy, who is Leget pushing out of this midfield tandem?
Absolutely no.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No, you could make an argument that he's
Jamie's calling me out on the. She's saying, "What's my justification for starting Boateng?" It's like not my justification.
Lack of options.
It's lack of options. It's literally he's been playing 99% of the time, even though
he's not getting
terrible.
better.
He's not getting better.
And it's speed. I mean, coaches are enamored with speed.
Well, speed will give you an option. Cast your mind back to, say, the 2012 San Jose Earthquakes. Victor Bernardes. I would fucking love to watch Emma Boateng go up against Victor Bernardes. He would smoke him. You remember he was big, stocky asshole center back from San Jose. That's where you would play someone like Emma Boateng because he was so slow and he couldn't really turn. So if you can get the ball over him, Emma's that guy you want, lightning speed to get to. But Emma makes such poor decisions even when he gets there. And he doesn't often get there. But when he does get there, he makes, usually, just watching on television, he makes the wrong call. Fabio is an option that eliminates the necessity of having to play someone like Emma. It's just a matter of whether GBS and the administration trust Fabio to play in these wing positions because so far they're kind of constraining him to the middle because he was supposed to be that extra attacker to help Zlatan out.
Yeah, I mean, have we seen Fabio play on the wing this season yet?
Mm-mm.
It's always been in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't think they move him out to the middle. I think the wing. I think he stays in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think you see Kitchen go to the bench. I think Jonah starts back in.
I don't think that happens.
I don't think it happens at all. But you play Kitchen. Why would you? This is the thing. Why would you move Kitchen to the bench?
Just because he doesn't seem to like Fabio out wide. If you keep Fabio in the middle,
But if you look at who's been good,
you going to put Corona on the bench?
no. Oh, I don't. Not at all. I think
You're not going to put Jonah on the bench.
No, if he's healthy and ready to go. But if he's healthy and ready to go, you play Jonathan, you play Corona, you play Kitchen. Between the two, I don't even care how much we're paying them. Between the two, based on how they've been playing over the last 5-6 games, Fabio Alvarez or Perry Kitchen, believe me, I understand how crazy it sounds. Between those two, you have to start Perry Kitchen. You have to figure out how to get Perry Kitchen on the field right now because it's working. And what I'm concerned about is the same thing we had when Emma had 2 good games in a row. If you bench Perry Kitchen, I'm worried you're going to stop this. It's the same thing with Steris. It's the argument for ensuring, no matter what, Daniel Steris plays every single game he's healthy for. Because the moment you send him to the bench, Lord forbid it fuck with his head.
That's right. LA Native reminded me that actually Polenta's out for the game because of a yellow card accumulation.
So it would be
Is
Romney.
Shelvick healthy yet?
No one knows.
Jorgen Shelvick is
He's
dead.
gone. He's dead.
He's we're gonna do the Jorgen Shelvick memorial episode. He's all gone. Let's not talk about him again. You should see Romney. You should see Romney at left.
Does
back.
that scare you?
No, I love Dave Romney. I think
All
Dave Romney is underutilized, and I think the issues he's had this year, the trouble he's had this year, is the lack of competitive game minutes. if he can get a stretch of games, which is difficult for him because Polenta keeps him out at left back, Polenta, Giancarlo, and Steris keeps him out at center back, Araujo keeps him out at right back. He is the substitute option logically for all 4 of those spots, which I'm fine with. And I like to think as a professional he would be fine with, because I like to think he would understand, hey, these guys are the hot boot. We got to play the hot boot right now.
And he got his pay bump, dude.
But every time he's gotten a chance so far, he's done a little bit to get in there. So I'm hoping this is another opportunity he goes strength for strength and makes good usage of the minutes that he has available. So in the event someone goes down or has a yellow card accumulation, the beauty of a Dave Romney is he can slot in for anybody. If Araujo gets in trouble and has a bad game, you can toss him over there.
El Blint on the YouTube live chat says Boateng at center back? ?
Absolutely.
Do it.
For who? For us?
Anyone.
Pass. Hard pass.
Yeah, I think my problem before we move on to the lightning round, I think my problem with Fabio and Antuna on the wings is you're going to get no defensive help from either of those dudes.
Fabio and whom? Sorry.
And Antuna.
You'll get some from Antuna, just not a great effective. Yeah, not a great effective defensive.
But especially if you're
display.
going to have Romney starting in that left back position, I mean, it's
he's more concerning than Polenta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's where you're really going to be relying on Kitchen to shuffle over and help out. That's where it's going to be really, really important to have him kind of shuffle over and give some assistance. But that's where you're going to have Corona and Kitchen and Jonathan in the middle. And one of the upsides, and it's concerning, especially with Polenta out and with Antuna playing up there, but you know where the attack is coming. You know the attack is coming wide because check the stats in MLS. You dare not go through the middle. You dare not go through the middle. You go through the middle, you're facing the 2 best tacklers and interceptions.
Well, especially with that
Kitchen.
with Jonathan back, like you're not going to go down.
That's what I'm saying. If you get Corona and Jonathan back, you have the best midfield tandem in the league, and Perry Kitchen, who's been playing lights out defensive midfield work. If he plays center half back again, you know what's coming. You know it's coming left. So for Giancarlo, hey, I need to press over for Romney because it's not coming down the middle.
So do you think that we get GBS's like true 4-3-3?
We're getting there.
This seems like the game that they're like, all right, let's do it, because you're gonna have Antuna, you're gonna have Fabio, who are more attacking minded.
Yeah.
You have your three really good defensive players in Jonathan, Corona.
I'll say this. I'll word it this way. It's as close as we're going to get this season. Because I don't think we're going to hit GBS's 4-3-3, and regardless of how you personally feel about it. And not you, but the listener. Regardless of how you feel about it, I don't think we see GBS's 4-3-3 until Zlatan's gone. It doesn't make sense. None of the other pieces make sense around the way Zlatan plays. Mm-hmm. So once he's gone, and is moved on for someone who can play that kind of running onto the ball style, that fast counterattacking style, then we're going to see the actual plan. But for what we may have available to us, at least with the pieces we have, you might not be wrong. This might be the one.
All right, so let's get into predictions. Ben, you go first because you're the worst.
Thanks, Ed.
Love you.
Yes. I'm gonna go positive on this game. I'm gonna say 2-1. I'm gonna go Zlatan brace again.
All right. Any reason why?
None. No
Just
clue.
'cause?
I'm seeing what sticks at this point, man. I mean, I don't think I've hit a game or a score in like 6 weeks.
I'm giving you a long leash.
No, I mean,
I'm giving you a long leash. You got a lot going on right now. At some point, we're gonna have to start buttoning this up a little bit. But I give you, gotta let him go. He got a lot,
2-1, I guess.
2-1, I guess. Why? I don't know.
No, I mean,
it's not like we're doing a show.
Well, I was like, the moment you said that, I was like, Ed, we can go back to recording in my closet, man. It's the exact same.
We'll go back to the closet. Anyways,
George, draw that.
Please don't. Well, you don't care about what I would ask for anyway. So
I guess it really doesn't matter.
He ran out. He messaged me and he was like, "Who should I draw his job at?" And he ran me down everyone he had already used. He was basically out of our cast of characters, and it's just how you got settled to Jabba. The only reason I didn't get Jabba is I was frozen in carbonite smoking already.
Bullshit.
Which made I got fucking Han Solo. He could have gave me Lando. If it wasn't for you, I probably got Lando. And then you would have been Han Solo. And then Gilbert would have been Jabba. But you fucked up because you were being negative. Because you didn't want me to be Lando Calrissian. I hope you learned a lesson. I forgive you.
All right.
Ed, what do you got?
See, I'm tempted to go with my boy Eddie from Nag News, because we did predict losses last week together, and we were incredibly wrong.
It's always nice when you can be wrong in a couple.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like this has draw written all over it. So I'm gonna go 2-2.
Would you take, Ben?
I took 2-1 Galaxy win.
Who's your goal scorers for 2-2?
I'm gonna say Zlatan with 1, and I want to give Corona 1.
Okay. It is always concerning when I think Ben is right. It's always worrisome when I think Ben is right. I can't imagine. It's really difficult for me to imagine coming off of getting healthy, getting full. You know, we're missing Polenta. It seems like we can never quite get our starting 11. But getting Jonathan back, getting Antuna back, kind of repairing 2 of the troublesome spots. Zlatan coming off of 2 goals, looking a little bit happier. Cuello with another assist, Efra with another assist. I gotta go minimum 2-0 Galaxy. I think we maintain the clean sheet.
Another clean sheet.
Yeah, the clean sheet is hard because of fucking Wondolowski and like the history we have with that asshole.
Well, not even him, like Shea Salinas now too.
Shea Salinas as well.
I think I might hate him more than I do Wondolowski, actually.
Dude, just hate them both.
I know, but I'm gonna hate more on Shea Salinas.
like if there was a ranking system and you had to pick one,
Yeah.
you would be picking. I think you're. I would have to still go with Chris. I fucking hate Chris.
I think
I'd
no,
have to go with Wondolowski.
I think the worst thing we ever did was meet him at the MLS Cup party,
kind of ruin
and
it.
he was such a nice dude.
He's genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met.
That sucks.
It
Yeah.
ruined it a little bit. I'm not. Ed's right. Chris Wondolowski
And he posed with a Lars scarf with us, like
with a sad face frown, just because we asked him to do it.
Man.
Yeah, was legitimately a pretty nice guy. But fuck him. This is my concern. I want to go 2-0. Chris Wondolowski in 26 games against the Galaxy has 16 goal scoring contributions, 14 goals and 2 assists. Really, really hard to say he's not going to get one. He is aging and he's definitely slowing down, and our defense is.
And he was really bad the game against us 2 weeks ago.
Our defense is better than it has historically been going against him. But I think if we're going to bounce back from that San Jose win, like it needs to be a stuff job. So I will actually go. I'm going to do the full reverse of what they got, and I'll go 3-0 Galaxy. I'll take 2 goals from Zlatan and 1 from set piece Giancarlo. I'll give it to Giancarlo. We do defenders a lot.
Well, defenders are our second leading goal scorer, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Giancarlo?
Just pick.
I want 2-1, or I want 3-0 rather, and I want 2 from Zlatan and 1 from Uriel. I'll give it to Uriel.
So you're giving us 3 goals?
3-0. Uriel, what?
I think we've scored more than 2 like once this season.
Yeah. How's your third place going?
Not bad.
Good. Is it comfy?
Not bad.
Is it warm down there?
Only one way to go, baby.
Yeah. When you're in last place, is only
Only way to go. All right.
Fair enough. Pew 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 pew.
Pew. Turn your mic, asshole.
Gentlemen, fuck you, Ed. Gentlemen, the transfer window is
Turn on
open.
your mic, dick stick.
Transfer window officially open. Tucker, where are we at with Pavone?
We are closer than we used to be, and not as close as we would like to be.
Who's the ugly girl at the party now, baby? We're the only ones left.
Yeah, we're it. We're last chance to live.
We're the last one at the bar, and she's like, all right.
My
So
understanding.
if you had to handicap it, what are the odds it gets done?
I don't know. How do I do this? What does that mean?
What is the handicap it? How do you handicap
how do
it?
explain? So you do, just so you understand, you do betting odds, and I like think about Empire Strikes Back for 2 minutes, and then you're like, so that should be the betting line. I'm like, sweet. Here's what's going to happen anyway. Like I don't really understand how that betting thing works. Are you looking for like a
just give me like
50% chance?
Yeah, give me a percent.
75, 85% chance, somewhere in that neighborhood. It could still very well not happen.
I'm just saying, dude. The lights went on in the bar. It's 2 a.m. You see me, and it's like, there's no one else left.
So there's a decent chance this shit don't happen. Is what you're saying?
Yeah,
No,
probably.
no.
Might not.
Well, I mean, that depends on how drunk,
I got a car. I can take you to Taco Bell. we're good to go.
Like, girl, I got a car and I got a prepaid Visa. You ready to roll?
We can get you the munchie box, girl.
Munchie box.
We're good. We're sharing a drink, though.
You want nacho fries? I got you.
They're back for a limited time.
$1.49. Just like me, baby, you got to take that chance and you get it.
It's now or never.
It is now or never.
Now or
Okay,
never.
so if we don't get Pavone, do we have a secondary plan?
No. Not that I know of, anyway. It's an eggs in the basket kind of situation.
We're literally the only ones who
Quaresma thing isn't for real or what?
No, I mean, Ricardo Quaresma sounded, I think we talked about it last week. Everything from it sounds like the Galaxy saying, well, look, we will go find something else. There is, and it is, and thanks in part to, and this is the beauty of being a Galaxy fan, I'm going to do a little name dropping. Thanks in part to Beckham and Keane and Gerrard and Zlatan and some of these names that we've amassed over the years, a Dan Keat, if you will. thanks. I'm always thinking about Dan Keat for some reason. But thanks in part to these guys, you always have that trump card in your back pocket to say, well, you don't want to negotiate. You don't want to do business. That's fine. I'll go find a 33-year-old European for 2 seasons and I'll wait you out. Bottom line is Boca Juniors needs money. That's the way, this is the nuts and bolts. Boca Juniors needs money. They're waiting on a 50 million pound bid or $50 million bid from Europe to show up, and it's not coming. It's flat out not coming. Galaxy, if you look at all the reports, Galaxy are offering roughly $12 million, 50% of his rights. The only way that looks like it will be able to get done, if possible, based on what I know, potentially a loan right now for the second half of the season. It'll be a prorated cost, so it won't take up a DP spot. We would probably loan Didi Traore back down to G2, which is where Dave Romney, being a native born American citizen.
He got that 23andMe, came back like 1.5% Cherokee.
Good enough.
Hey, he's good.
But you would have
casino money.
You would have Romney as your backup, your backup left back. Probably instead of have Polenta just take the starting job, Romney is your backup left back. It's the beauty of him being American. He can kind of slot in that role in everybody's spot. And then that's where you fit Pavone. And $12 million at the end of the season goes to Boca Juniors. And when we inevitably sell him on, I would imagine somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 to 4 years, probably like a Miguel Almiron situation, Boca Juniors would get another 50. We'll get whatever that 50% of the profits would be. Everybody goes.
They'll get to their 20.
So they'll surpass their 20.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they'll get their money.
They're looking for, and what the rumors are is they're looking for that 20 million mark.
Right now,
they're not going to get that from us.
No.
And we're the only one at the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, no one else is in for him. And if they want their money, because he's going to go on a free if they don't.
Well, they have him until 2022.
Oh.
So they've got him for. That's the thing. They've got him for a while, but they need the money now, and they're not going to play him. They're done with him. But he is 23 years old. He's an investment. He's a huge investment. Let him come here. He's going to play every game. He's going to play every fucking game here. He's going to play every game as long as he's fit, because he's the most expensive person in the history of the team. I think it gets done. It serves every party well. GBS wants him. He wants to come here. Like that's 1 and 2. Those are the main 2 check boxes that you need checked off. He wants to come here. The head coach wants him. Number 3, we have the money to afford him for what we value him at. Boca Juniors is doing what teams do who have a sellable asset. They're trying to maximize their money and get as much as they can off of him, because once he's transferred to us, they're not going to maximize on that guy again, and they have some heavy salaries that they kind of got to deal with. I think inevitably it gets we might posture back and forth, but inevitably it gets done.
So do you think, what are the odds, if that falls apart, that we do a deal in the summer?
In the summer?
Yeah, this summer, this window.
So
no Pavone.
I think it's Pavone we hold pat.
Pavone or bust.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's Pavone or bust, and ironically for Boca, it's Galaxy or bust.
Yep.
And they will inevitably figure that out.
I do love that it's like they came back to the table and Galaxy's like,
no,
we're not raising shit.
No,
it's this or nothing.
It is. You know what? It's shades of Beckham and AC Milan with Tim Lewicki, and it's the first time we've seen, at least that I can recall, we've seen Stones in that way, where when it was like, oh, you either. Like, you come back or we sue you. This is the way. This is. I hear what you're saying, and I hear your negotiation. This is how this is going to fucking work. You either show up for work, or we are going to sue you for breach of contract. What would you like to do? Oh, you're going to show up for work? Awesome. Maybe in the next offseason.
Thought so.
Yeah, maybe in the next season we can figure out something that's going to make you happier, or we can extend a loan, or maybe we'll get a friend. Maybe we'll get something out of this. But I hear what you're saying, and I will show you your contract that I assure you will hold up. What would you like to do?
I hear what you're saying. My reply is, nah, son.
Nah, son. Show up to work. So it's nice to see GBS and DTK more so. And I would wonder if, obviously DTK's got a little bit of an inside track because GBS is saying, hey, maybe they were looking to move him on, get some money out of it. We seem to be in a pretty firm position for someone who pretty desperately kind of needs someone like him.
Yeah.
So I'm confident it will inevitably get done just because all the entities are going to inevitably work out in their best interest. And in their best interest is Pavone moving to the Galaxy.
Okay. Ed, you got a choice between El Blint and Madame Serrano as your date to to Taco Bell, man. Who you picking?
Oh, Madame Serrano.
Madame Serrano all day. Yeah.
No
Sorry, disrespect.
Dude. Yeah.
No disrespect, my man, but it's got to be the MS.
He just like, it just feels like a party with Madame.
Oh yeah.
But I might not
throw you back out with the MS.
But I feel like if I hang out with Madame Serrano, I might disappear somewhere.
Might get pregnant.
Yeah, I might get pregnant, for sure. But I might disappear and never be found ever again.
Beautiful butthole babies.
Not because he killed me, it's just indirectly.
Started a new life.
Yeah.
And as has been reported in the news, our old number 10 found himself a new home. But I think we'll save that for the Patreon show.
Landon's still playing for the Sockers, right?
No, he's back on the USL to San Diego now since MLS doesn't seem to be working.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll talk Geo on the Patreon show. So if you're a Patreon subscriber, you get the bonus Geo show tonight. Yeah,
we're gonna do a farewell to Geo episode, the one we never did for Robbie.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be.
We should agree to do Robbie's at the end of the season, kind of regardless of what happens. Put some time into it because it was his birthday this last week, and I as I usually do, I went through a lot of his highlights, and it's like, my fucking God, that man was something special. I mean, really, really just something special.
I do want to bring up, because Jesse Werner on Twitter asked if the G's advance to play Club America, and we advance the Leagues Cup.
We can talk about that in the Patreon.
What's the question?
It's a Geo question. What is
real quick?
What is
What's
Geo's
the question? This is the thing. He would have said the fucking question by now, and we'd be done with it. It would just be out, and even from then you could be like, let's just answer it in the Patreon. We'd be good.
You didn't see it on Twitter, Tuck?
If the G's advance in the Leagues Cup, and so does Club America, that means G would come back and play. What would the fans' reaction be to him?
Fuck Tucker. Tucker sucks.
Nobody should go to
fuck Tucker's friend.
Nobody should go to that game anyway.
Yeah.
If a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, who gives a shit?
Don't give your money.
Don't give your money to fucking bullshit nonsense.
Exactly.
The whole point of the Leagues Cup is they haven't separated you from enough of your money yet.
There you go. They're just it's a big money grab. Don't do it.
Was that the Patreon spot of hey, we're gonna talk about Geo?
Yeah.
Blah, blah. So for Patreon subscribers, because this fucking guy, for Patreon subscribers who I guess their account is in good standing, right? Because they have to get that fixed, whatever was the problem. We will be giving away 2 tickets to LAFC at Victoria Street Park. We will randomly draw. We will.
No, who?
What did I say?
What team is playing?
LAFC playing the Chivas.
Oh, okay.
The Chivas people.
Oh, them.
Was that good? I felt like that came through really, really quickly.
It was scary. It was right in your eyes when you did it. Yeah.
We will be giving away 2 tickets in 138 to the Galaxy versus LAFC, Chivas USA, whatever you want to call them. We will be. I guess I will, or we will at some point. We'll make the selection on the Monday before that game. So that's this upcoming Monday, right? So you have until Monday to become a Patreon subscriber or get your account in good standing, and then you'll be eligible for selection. I want to thank Mark Parker for donating the tickets.
Yeah,
super appreciate it.
Good friend of the show.
Great guy.
Patron.
Patron. Yeah, who's eligible for the tickets. So which would be
we'll
amazing.
Make sure he doesn't win. Yeah.
Amazing if he won. So yeah, if it's the game as we were saying earlier, the game for Lars and I would imagine getting close for the stadium is sold out. So if you're unable to find tickets, this is a great way to at least get yourself a shot. So you'll know by Monday at sometime before midnight when we email you if you won the tickets.
So patreon.com/Riot Squadcast. That's where you can go sign up. And cheapest option, $5.
Yeah, and if you already have tickets to the game as a patron subscriber and you want to take your name out of the running so it can go to someone who doesn't, just let me know and I'll remove you.
And I know I'll be there next week taking the day off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pumped, dude. I'm so excited. Haven't been to the game in a while.
Yeah, well, that's a hell of a one to go to. It's a great eye opener.
I think
Thank you,
that's
Mark.
it for the lightning round questions. Anything else you guys got?
Not for lightning round.
Not anything?
I have Jamie's slice of bacon somewhere. Well, I had it. I don't know if fucking email closed.
Do you have a FIFA update?
We're in playoffs, so we're all in playoffs right now. I think the last playoff for round 1 that we're waiting on is Andrews, but he is in Texas.
Texas.
I think he's
I'm
in
your
Texas.
husband now.
Wow.
Well, that scared me.
That came right in through my fucking.
That
right
like
in through my headphones there.
I skipped the heartbeat right there real quick.
Oh.
I was like, what the hell?
No one, absolutely no one needs that in their life. That was. Wow. Where the fuck did her email go to? She just emailed it to me. Or at least I thought she did.
She said she sent it to do like.
Well, like I had it open for the long. Oh, here we go. This week's game has already been previewed by the squad, but let me reiterate: fuck San Jose, which is always an accurate position.
I don't think we said it enough, so
take.
thank you, Jamie, for that.
Do you remember when we were on the bus and we were riding back, and right before George spilled his drink on his missus, and he were like, "Fuck San Jose, get on it, fuck San Jose, baby, baby." Anyway. Going into the weekend, we have 2 teams right on our heels. 3 if you want to count FC Dallas in the 5 spot. Seattle plays at home against Atlanta. While Atlanta has greatly improved since the beginning of the season, they are a horrible road team, and Seattle is a stellar home team. With any luck for us, Atlanta will figure this one out and take home 3 points. 4th and 5th place, Minnesota and Dallas play each other. The winner of this match can cause a bit of a shakeup, taking the 3rd spot away from Seattle, but neither will be able to move into our 2nd spot. All other Western Conference games are irrelevant. So obviously what we're hoping for out of the Minnesota-Dallas game is a draw, 0-0, with a fucking boatload of injuries. Thank you very much, Jamie. She has a longer write-up. That's going to get on the website once I can remember which page in the WordPress I am supposed to post it to.
That's riotsquadcast.com. Yes. You can check out Slice of Bacon. Also, you can go do your prediction scores.
Mm-hmm.
Go do it. Win some beer.
Get it done.
Win some prizes from Big Tony. Again, thank you, Big Tony. FIFA update. Just play your games.
Playoffs. Play your games. We'll by next week it'll be a little bit tighter on the FIFA update.
Benjamin, you want to play that outro? Where can they find you on the socials, Benjamin?
You can find me at GT Radio Ben on Twitter. You can email the show at riotsquadcast.com, or you can email me directly, Ben at riotsquadcast.com.
Tucker, where can they find you on the socials, my good man?
At ZeroCool138 on Twitter's, Goodreads, Spotify, PlayStation Network, Untapped, your mom's house.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TheZombie13. You can find the live shows now on Twitter and Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. On youtube.com/RiotSquadcast. Go search everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Riot Squadcast.
Visit the website.
Visit the website, riotsquadcast.com. Like and share our posts, please. It's the best thing you guys can do for us. Spread us like a disease in everyone's ear holes.
Oh.
Too much? Too graphic? No?
Herpes of your life.
Yeah. You guys can also go to LARiotSquad.org, where they have all the information for Lars. Make sure if you want to go to the LAFC game next week, hit up Alex Merced or Jonathan Malter, because they are opening,
Or
Patreon.com, where if you want to win free tickets.
Yeah.
You ain't got to go to the secondary market.
No.
You got to get them from Madame Serrano, where he's trying to flip them on you.
You could, but you don't have to.
But you got to.
You just become a Patreon supporter.
You can go to patreon.com/RiotSquadcast. Other than that, I think we're good.
I was trying to pull up Merced's number one more time and I fucked it up. Oh, you can call her, Alex Merced at 310-630-2235. And I apologize for the call or for the email. We had an email that was talking about the safe standing. Her season tickets were moved for the safe stands. I did get word there's going to be some more information coming out about that.
Oh, the GA.
Yeah. There's going to be some more info coming out about that in the upcoming week. So we will address your email next week so we can take whatever information the Galaxy wants to give out. But they are going to be addressing that situation.
Yeah, and guys, if you want to give us a call, leave us a voicemail. We haven't gotten any in a while, so give us a call. I think
we miss hearing your sultry
Fredo is
tones.
the last survivor on the phone calls. So give us a call, 562-641-5277.
Go on,
That's
go on.
562-641-5277. On that note, we will talk to you guys next week. Bye.
See you next time.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch.